Hi guys, what's up? I know my hair looks a little messy. It's because I've been out this wind and snow that we're getting right now. Uh, I've watched several videos and several new videos that I hadn't seen or even thought about looking up. It's on our constitutional rights and amendments. And you got guys all over the place that's doing this, and even women that's actually doing it. It's what these people are doing is they are actually causing suspicion on themselves to let people know what rights, constitutional rights they have, and what amendments they have to get them out of stuff. That's all fine and dandy. I'm glad the ones that are doing it to let people know, because a lot of people probably don't know, and it is good education. But where the problem's coming in, and this is my opinion, where the problem's coming in is when the law enforcement officers ask them for ID, or what they're doing is they call out the constitutional codes and rights and the amendments and all that, and it gives the police officer a hard time on getting the information they need. They don't know if you're a convicted felon. They don't know if you're a murderer or a sex offender, or if you got warrants out for you, or if you're even supposed to be in that area. That's all they're doing when they check your IDs. And to those that's making these videos about the Constitution, what constitutional rights you have, and what amendments you have that can get you out of this stuff legally, it's causing problems for law enforcement all around. It ties them up longer than they need to be on that stop, because they could be out checking for speeders, working other cases that they may be backlogged on, catching DUI drivers that could hurt or kill one of your friends, that could hurt or kill your family members. That's what I'm looking at, and that's also what the public's looking at as well. And to those that's doing these videos, in my opinion only, make your point real quick when you make your video, and then let that officer, that law enforcement officer, or whoever it may be, run your ID. There's nothing wrong with that, because one, they can get you for not showing proper ID, even though you go tell them about this right and that right in the Constitution and amendments saying they can't do it. Well, if you're wanted and they ID a person, if that person won't give them ID, they don't know this. It could be somebody that broke into your home. It could be somebody that done harm to you or to a family member of yours. You never know. So to those that's making these videos on the constitutional rights and the amendments, like I said, this is my personal opinion. Quit hiding your faces. You brave enough to go out and make videos like this and take a chance on getting locked up by making these videos? Quit being cowards. Show your faces. I mean, everyone I've seen, almost every one of them has been covered up. And the way the terrorists are going nowadays, they could legally say that you're a terrorist threat and lock you up. That's all they need, because you've got your faces covered. You've got your hands covered where you won't leave fingerprints. You want these officers to answer questions and all this, but you won't answer theirs because it's your amendment right and it's your constitutional right. Well, that goes two ways. One, if that officer IDs you, go ahead and make your point about the Constitution to them if they don't know it, and the amendment or whatever you may be calling out to them that can get you out of that. Show the public that, yeah, you can do this. But make that officer's job just a little bit easier. And after you make your point, when he asks for the ID again, show it to him. Show them it goes both ways. Everything's got two ways to it. And I think it's ridiculous when you're hiding your faces when you're trying to make a great point to people on the laws and the constitutions in this free world. And it's you're going under freedom of speech and freedom of press and all this, have proper paperwork and IDs to prove what you're telling them. Make your point up front and then let them have the information they need. That way, that officer's turned back loose within 10 to 15 minutes where he can get back on patrol, catching people, breaking into people's houses, breaking into people's cars, shooting people, stabbing people, you name it, where they are breaking the laws that's causing harm to everybody. Let them officers go so they can do their jobs. And then you go call out, all you're doing is telling crooks how to get by with stuff. You know, so work with them on it. Even though you don't believe in it, work with them on it. Go ahead and make your point up front. Then show them your ID. Show them that you are clean. Show them that there is no warrants for you. Show them that, and at the end, right when after they run your ID and you stand and talk with them a minute. So what we're doing is letting the people know about the constitutional rights they have, what they can and can't do, or under this amendment, what they can and can't do. That's the proper way to do it. That's the only way to do it, in my opinion. So you guys that's making these videos about all this, make your point up front. Don't hold that officer up no longer than you have to, or those officers up no longer than you have to, especially if it's after, say, 10, 11, 12 o'clock, and they do that. They're doing that for the protection of the city or the protection of the town that you're in. It's not that they are profiling you or harassing you. That's just the way it goes. So guys that's making these videos and putting them on YouTube, you do YouTubers that's making these type videos, make your point up front and then let that officer do what he's got to do and then explain to him why you're doing it. We're showing the citizens that may or may not know what constitutional rights they have and what amendments they have. Do it that way. That makes it easier for everybody. You can get on your way about making your next video about it, and that officer can get back on patrol, keeping people from getting hurt. So till next time, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Have a great day today, a better day tomorrow, and always take a chance.